I came to Philly and I studied at Temple. I was studying with Odin and playing with Odin at that time.
It was in 1997 that I met Matt, and he's always been the same kind of person. He's very energetic, and he's just a great talent, and I'm happy to be a part of his life.
He has some of his pieces for saxophone choir, really beautiful pieces that I really love. And at that time I was playing them constantly, you know, and shedding them and working on them and trying to find voicings and learn how to improvise over them. So I was kind of starting to get into the idea of a larger ensemble. And then at school, at Temple, there was a music appreciation class, you know. And in addition to all the other things that I was sort of involved with and anyone who's in that situation is involved with musically, you know, in music school, there was this one class I had where it was like a Western music survey. And we spent some time on the Ravel string quartet in F major. And it's a beautiful piece, and I've been really into that piece ever since, you know. I've studied the piece a lot and checked it out, and the way he wrote for strings and the way Ravel has melodies that just go on and develop, you know, really appeals to me. And I was really into jazz and studying and playing with trios. And so for my senior recital, when I graduated, I did half of the performance was a trio, and the other half was trio with 2 violins, viola, and cello. It was kind of the beginnings of aerial photograph. It was all of these sort of things coming together in my mind and trying to like make this sound, you know. And then afterwards, I got some gigs for the group, and we were playing around Philly, and we did a recording. And then we had a gig, and I thought it would be cool to add some horns, and that was in 2003. Philly is, with all of its difficulties, is a really easy place to make a living as a musician in comparison to other places. There are private gigs, and there are bars, and there are clubs, and there are concert halls, and there are universities that support support jazz musicians, you know. It's cool because you can like learn from people in the scene, and I mean, in the last 10 years, just playing around and playing all these little gigs and playing bars and clubs and, you know, playing a lot. The people in Philly, I feel like it's been very, very warm and welcoming to me, and I've learned a lot from everybody here, you know. So I'm pretty positive on Philly's jazz scene, you know, even though I know there's, you know, negatives, but to me, the positives outweigh that. And another thing is that there's older musicians here who foster the younger musicians. That's so part of the tradition, but it's been lost in a lot of places, you know. I mean, New York, you can go any night of the week and see like legends, you know, many legends playing in all these different clubs, but to go and talk to them and like hang with them is like not as natural. And it's like the Blue Note or something, you know, where it's like $50 to get in, and it's like the headlining act, and they have their green room, and it's like there's a big separation. Whereas here, like at Ortlieb's, you know, having gone there and hanging out with, you know, musicians after they play and getting to know them and talk to them and sitting in even, you know, and that doesn't happen everywhere, you know. And on the level that it happens here, I think is really special. you.